All right, guys, let's get straight to it. It's been a minute since I did a video. It's been a little while since I created a video, right? But I felt like I had to make this video today, and I'm gonna tell you why I had to make this video today. I freed up my time. Pardon me. I just came from the gym. Actually, I just came from Starbucks after the gym, and I was just watching YouTube. I still watch YouTube and a lot of real estate stuff. But yeah, I had to make this video just to kind of shake up the YouTube algorithm. So, what's going on now? And I'm seeing this, just analyzing and reviewing a lot of these real estate YouTubers, these so-called real estate experts, right, that are on YouTube, right? Especially the ones that were a few months down, maybe last year or early last year, that was pretty much telling everybody that there's not going to be a crash, that we're not going to go into a recession, that real estate is all great. And I felt like, wow, like I've been saying this for a little while. If you go on some of my if you go on my page, you'll see some of my content, and I've been talking about how there's going to be a real estate crash coming. It's coming. It's hitting. Throughout the whole pandemic, when we were going through all of these things, I saw it happen. As a matter of fact, I am not a super real estate expert. I have been doing real estate for about 7 to 8 years now. Okay, I'm in real estate. I do wholesaling, fix and flips, and all of that stuff. Okay, now check this out. I've been when I first got into real estate, right? One of the biggest things that I heard, and I got this from expert, like people that are really doing the business, that's been doing the business for 30 to 40 years. And they say one of the things that they told me, one of the first things I learned is that real estate has cycles, okay? Up and down, just like the stock market, up and down, okay? So there's gonna be times where real estate goes up. Majority of the time real estate goes up, but it does come down. Okay, we all saw it. Everybody was a witness to it. I was in Florida. I live in Florida. Okay, I reside in Florida. I do business in Florida, North Carolina, and other places. But I was around in 2008 when we had the recession in 2008 in Florida. Okay, if everyone knows, Florida was one of those states that got hit hard, along with Arizona and so on and so on. Okay, now I was here. I saw everything that happened. I wasn't in real estate, but I wanted to get into real estate at that time. But I was talking to friends that I knew, and I seen what was going on. I know the whole entire thing. So when I first got into and I really got on. And one of the things that I was being told is that, the real estate has cycles, things go up and down. So this was about, I think, 2014, 2015, when things were starting to try to come back together from the crash of 2008, right? And I was hearing this, and I was like, wow, that's so crazy. Like, I kept hearing that there's going to be a crash. And I was like, they were saying that there's another crash that's going to come. It's probably going to be far worse, okay? Now, at that time, that was speculation, right? So as years go on, right, and I'm getting deeper and deeper into real estate, I start to notice and I start to realize the cycle, and I start to study. And now we have this big thing that happened in 2020, right? That caused a lot of friction, that caused a lot of things to change, things that we've never seen. A lot of people in your lifetime, my lifetime, has never seen occurred, okay? And all of a sudden, all of these other things start shifting, like housing, real estate, everything, stocks. And at this point, when I started seeing that, I started saying to myself, okay, before I start jumping the gun and saying that we're about to get into a crash, let's take a look at things. And I did. I took a look at things. I spoke to a lot of the experts that's been doing real estate for 30 to 40 years. And they've been telling me, like, hey, look, this is the cycle. If you study macro economics, okay, this is why it's inevitable, to have another crash. Like, it's gonna happen. Okay? So why I got on here today is because like I'm gonna put my foot on these guys, these YouTubers, man. I'm gonna put my foot on their necks, man. The ones that's been saying that it's not gonna happen, and we're here. It's now there. Now they're all flip-flopping. All of these YouTubers that saying that it was never gonna happen, now they're flip-flopping. How can you watch these guys after that? How can you watch these guys after that? Right? Right? 1 minute they're telling you it's not going to happen. The next minute they're telling you it's going to happen. Right? They're listening to economists saying that it's not going to happen. Listen, let me tell you something. The world is not going to... We already had a 2020, one of the biggest pandemics anybody's ever seen before. Okay? We've never seen something like this. Now, don't you think that they're not going to try to stir up the pot even more? They don't want to cause any more disturbia. So the media is going to tell you that this is not going to happen. The media is going to tell you there's not no crash. Don't worry. Everything is great. They're going to tell you, right? They're going to tell you. Now, guess what? The media is all starting to veer in. They're starting to veer into that direction now and telling people like, hey, look, the housing market is crazy. There might be a recession. Now you're starting to see these things, like all of these flip-flops. Why? Because now it's gotten to a point where you can't hide it. You can't mask it anymore. Right? I mean, GDP, we're in a negative of GDP at least one quarter, about to be the second quarter. Right? And they say it takes 2 quarters, right, of negative GDP or negative GDP or lack of growth in order for them to call a recession, right? Well, listen, guess what? July is next month. July 1st hits, they're going to have to announce that we are currently in a recession. And by that time, it'll already be too late, right? Because, listen, it takes 2 quarters for them to consider it, to call it a recession, even though we're in it now. So once they call it in July, that means we've been in a recession since the beginning of this year, 2022. Okay? By this time, it's already too late. We've already been in it. You understand? So now you got all these YouTubers, they flip-flopping. Oh, yeah, there is going to be a recession and all that stuff. Yeah, we need to put our foot on these people's necks and let them know that, listen, everything that you were saying was wrong. Absolutely wrong. And if you're an expert, if you're a person that's been doing real estate and you did not see the red flags, any of it, you didn't see any of this stuff coming, and you kept telling people, oh, we're good, we're not going to see a recession, then guess what? I'm really going to, like, that really shows your credibility, right? Because for someone that's been doing real estate for so long, I mean, honestly, there's certain things that you should be able to indicate months back to show you that we're in a recession. Something's going on. Oh, there's going to be a crash here. Okay? When poor people can't afford, poor people can't afford to live. Middle class is done, vanish. Who can purchase properties here? Who? Right there, that tells you that there is a deficit. Something's going on here. There's going to be a crash. There has to be. Right? There has to be. I mean, with everything that's going on, I don't even want to talk about everything that's going on right now. Inflation, everything. Prices are up on everything. Listen, middle class is wiped out. There is no middle class anymore. It's done. It's rich or poor. Okay? Rich or poor. With that being said, there's something that's going to happen, right? The events, like, there's so many red flags. So listen, I'm putting my foot on these guys' necks. I'm going into their channel. I'm on YouTube. I'm in the comments. And I'm not trying to attack anybody, but I'm just like, listen, you guys have been doing real estate. You call yourself experts and you're giving people the wrong message. Now, I'm not trying to tell you guys, my channel here is not just to tell you guys, hey, there's a recession, everybody's doomed. No. Okay? I want to tell people the truth. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. Listen, we're in a recession. There's gonna be a real estate crash. Okay? First, understand that, but don't let that give you any fear. All right? If you're in real estate, you need to continue. You need to watch. You need to be patient. Okay? You need to structure your business differently, right? Adjust it. Adjust it differently. If you're a person that's on the phones that talk to motivated sellers, you know, if you do all of that stuff, you're wholesaling, all of that stuff, you just adjust your conversations now, right? Because now at this point, it's spreading. Like people, it's the market is changing. Okay. For instance, listen, I'm going to start going on live calls, right? And I'm going to start posting my live calls so that I can give you guys some motivation, some direction, and just so you can hear what sellers are saying and what I'm telling sellers. You understand? But again, you need to be patient. I don't think that this should be your stopping point, because listen, if you're in real estate and there's a crash happens, which it's here, it's already here, it's just going to progress. This is the time where you need to focus the most, right? Because this is going to be the best times, okay? The best times to talk to people that are now seeing that this is going to happen, okay? This is the time to get more deals. You understand? So we're at the height of the market. You want to grab it once it's going downwards, right? You want to grab it now. So again, I'm not trying to bash. I'm not trying to be a bully. I don't want to do that. But listen, we have a situation where we have these people, a lot of these people coming on these media outlets and stuff like that. And they just come in and they become so-called experts, and they're telling people all of this crazy stuff, and their views and their followers are so crazy and heavy, and people believe it, and then they flip-flop, right? And for me, that like when you flip-flop, to me, your credibility is shot. But some of these other, I guess these followers and stuff like that, with a lot of these YouTubers, they, even if they flip-flop, they still on board with them. But listen, I got to call these guys out, man. You got to get called out. You got to get called out. Like, I'm not trying to tell you guys that this is going to be crazy so that you guys could be in panic mode. I'm just trying to tell you and warn you guys and be truthful so that you can prepare yourself, so that you can adjust yourself, so that you can adjust your business, so that you can fluctuate, so that you can flourish. But I'm not going to tell you a lie, man. Like, these guys are telling you, like, hey, there's not going to be a crash. And now they're all flip-flopping. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, there's going to be a crash. Like, there was so many red flags months ago. Why is it now that you see that? You're seeing it now because now everybody is, like, now everybody's moving into that direction. Like, there's no choice. Like, it's absolutely no choice but to call it what it is. You got to call it what it is, right? Call a spade a spade. It's simple and plain. So I'm not going to call out any channels that I watch and I see them flip-flopping, but I'm just going to tell you there's a lot of flip-floppers. Be aware of those things. This really goes to your credibility. All right? Be aware of these guys that are flip-flopping and all that stuff. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Anyways, guys, this is the best time to be patient. This is the best time if you're in real estate, if you make a lot of phone calls to motivated sellers, off-market properties, asking if they were looking to sell, adjust your business, start structuring out. This is going to be the time where you're going to flourish. So don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as a good thing. Because listen, guess what? During a recession, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You got to define yourself. Which one do you want to be? Which side do you want to be on? And I know it's like, hey, look, listen, it's hard. It's not easy. It is. It is hard. It's not easy. But you got to start a lot of self-education. You got to start watching the market. You got to start watching not fake YouTubers, but guys that are official. People that are in the business that are telling you the truth and telling you how to maneuver things. These flip-floppers, stay away from them. Learn to identify them, all right? And it's not going to be easy because a lot of them talk a good game. But listen, it is what it is, all right? Well, listen, guys, man, this is my little quick video rant. Well, not that quick, but listen, I just had to let this be known. I had to address it. Flip-floppers, YouTube flip-floppers, we're coming for you. I'm out.